Dear student, today we will cover earth magnetism and magnetic element. This is under the chapter number 5, magnetism and matter, under the class 12 physics. So I have divided earth magnetism and magnetic element in some subparts. That is the history of earth magnetism. Number 2, origin of earth magnetism. Number 3, magnetic elements. That is, magnetic elements can be understood by declination, that is theta, dip or inclination, that is delta, and third, that is a horizontal component of earth magnetic field. So it is very interesting. First we'll start the history of the earth magnetism. It was at 600 BC and at Greece. It was found in Greece. One shepherd. The shepherd's sheep are grazing. At the time, the shepherd's shoe stuck on a place on the earth's surface, and finally it was found that that was a natural magnet. So that is the discovery of the magnet, natural magnet, first time in the world. That is the history. At the place where his shoe stuck, the name of the place is the Magnesia. Magnesia. So from that word Magnesia, the name magnet has been coined, and other concepts also available. You know, the name of the shepherd was Magnus. The name of the shepherd was Magnus. From that word, the magnet word has been. Now we'll go to the second topic, that is origin. We have already get the evidence of earth magnetism. So first history, what I have told you, that is the evidence of earth magnetism. Now you can also understand the earth magnetism by just hanging or suspending one bar magnet. If you just hang it, you can see it will rotate, and after some time it will come back to the rest position, and at that time it will align itself in a particular north-south direction. Any other direction it will not choose. So that is the evidence of earth magnetism. Now from where the earth magnetism is coming, that is our subtopic, is under origin. So first of all, first concept was given by some scientist, and it was the existence, there is a existence of huge magnet inside the earth. Deep inside the earth, there is a bar magnet. So that is the origin of earth magnetism. But it was discarded because, you know, inside the earth, at the core of the earth, the temperature is higher. So this, at this higher temperature, any magnet cannot hold it magnetism. So you know, at the above the Curie temperature, the magnet can lost its magnetism. So that's why the first assumption, first concept was discarded. And you know, the second concept, tell me first, what is the origin of magnetism? This is the origin of earth magnetism, but tell me what is the origin of magnetism? Somehow, due to physical magnet, magnetism can be developed due to a physical magnet. So that has been discarded. Now magnetism can be developed also by a virtual magnet, that is current carrying conductor. That is, you know, inside the earth, it is molten matters are there, molten matters of nickel. Due to molten matters like iron, cobalt, nickel, you know, at this higher temperature they have got enough energy for ionization. So due to this ionization, each and every electron at the outermost of the cells of the iron, cobalt and nickel get displaced from this outermost orbit. And you know, after that, each and every iron, cobalt, nickel atoms are now positive charge, and you know, the earth is rotating, and also the inside the matter of inside the earth, the matters like the molten matters like iron, cobalt, nickel, the positive ions also rotates. When charges are moving in a particular time, that gives you current. So that is the effect of earth magnetism. This assumption is well accepted, but it has also some demerits. Feel that is the origin of earth magnetism is under research. Nowadays it is the most accepted assumption. Now go to the third, that is the magnetic elements. So before going to the magnetic elements, some models, so that we can understand magnetic elements. So now this point is known as the geographical north, and it is known as the geographical south. The magnetic field are aligned itself in a particular direction which is not resembles with the geographical north and geographical south. So there is some angle, that is the 11.3 degree angle with this geographical north, and if we just place here one magnet, actually there is no such type of real magnet inside the earth. We can understand as there is the existence of magnetic field, so we can consider there is a magnet. So this magnet, so this direction, actually this is magnetic north, this is magnetic south. So Gn is known as the geographical north, Mn is known as the magnetic north, Gs, it is geographical south, and it is, this is magnetic south. Okay, so in between the magnetic north and geographical north there is an angle, this angle 11.3 degree. Okay, so what we call the magnetic north, that is actually not the magnetic north for the case of the geographical north. So there is an angle in between them, and you know the axis, the line in between geographical north to the geographical south, geographical north to geographical south, that is the geographical axis, geographical axis. Okay, and you can consider a plane in between the line, a plane containing the geographical axis is known as the geographical meridian, geographical meridian. And you can also consider the line in between the magnetic north and magnetic south, that is known as the magnetic axis, So the plane containing the magnetic axis is known as the magnetic meridian. Okay, what is magnetic meridian? So magnetic meridian is a plane which contains the magnetic axis. What is geographical meridian? Geographical meridian is known as the plane which contains the geographical axis, that is the geographical north and geographical south. And there is a big circle perpendicular to the geographical north and geographical south, that is known as the geographical equator. So this is geographical equator, and of course perpendicular to the magnetic meridian, perpendicular to the magnetic axis, that is this will be known as the magnetic equator. Okay, so now we'll understand what is declination. Now 3, keeping the previous model in our mind, we can understand the magnetic elements. What is magnetic elements? The magnitude and directions of the earth magnetic field can be understood clearly by finding out declination, that is theta, dip, that is dip or inclination, that is delta, and horizontal component of earth magnetic field, that is known as the capital H. Now what is declination? So number 1, declination is nothing but the angle between the geographical meridian and the magnetic meridian. The geographical meridian and the magnetic meridian makes an angle theta. That angle is known as a declination. Actually, the magnet is not aligned perfectly in the geographical north-south direction. It is denoted by theta, and this theta, the value of theta, keeps on changing on the different places of the earth. Now second, that is dip. It can be dip or inclination, that can be denoted by delta. If you take a needle, you know, in a compass there is a needle, that can rotate in a horizontal position. You have taken one needle that can rotate, that can align itself in a vertical position. At this position, suppose this position, you can see this will align itself in this direction. So at the surface of the earth, you have seen the magnetic, it will align, the magnet will align itself in this direction. So what is the angle? Angle means the angle with the earth surface. So if you stand here, the earth surface will be like that, and your magnet will also freely suspend from the any roof in this direction. So what is the angle with the earth surface? The orientations of the magnet with the surface of the earth will be 0 degree. So that 0 degree is the dip angle at this position. So this position actually known as the equator. So at the equator, you can see any magnet can align itself which is parallel to the earth's surface. But if you keep the magnet here at the north pole, then if it is north pole, then it will move, it will dip down in this direction, the plane of the surface, and you have brought the magnet here. So magnet will align itself because this is actually, if it is north pole, if it is magnetic north pole, so what magnet you have brought, so that north pole will come here and it will align itself. So what is the angle in between them? So angle will be between them is 90 degree. So dip angle will be 90 degree at the pole. Here also, if you brought the magnet here, the south pole, if it is south pole, then south pole will align itself in a perpendicular to the surface. If it is the earth surface, then it will align itself in a perpendicular. So that angle is also 90 degree. So then also dip angle will be 90 degree. In between the equator and the pole, equator and pole, in between any places, the dip angle will be different. The dip angle can be understood by a figure. I am just drawing the figure. By this figure, you can understand the dip angle delta better. This is magnetic north, this is geographical north, and this plane, that is ABCD, that is the magnetic meridian. It contains the magnetic north pole, and this plane, that is contain the geographical north pole, that is the geographic meridian. Okay, and in between the geographic meridian and the magnetic meridian, what I have told you, that is the declination theta, denoted by the green angle. What I have denoted here, that is theta. Now you know that is a deep needle. What I have told you, the needle that can move vertically. So in the equator, geographical equator, that will be in a horizontal position. But if you brought this magnet, this bar magnet, small compass needle, in the geographical north, it will be perpendicular. If you brought this magnet to the south pole, then that will be perpendicular direction. So at the stage, at the two poles, it makes 90 degree, that is the dip angle will be 90 degree. At the equator, it will be horizontal. It will be horizontal to the surface of the earth. So what is the angle between them? That is 0 degree. So dip angle delta, here from the figure you can understand, here the north pole of the magnet dips from the horizontal, that is the surface of the earth. It is the direction of the surface of the earth. So plane of the surface of the earth, the magnetic needle has dipped down. How much angle? By how much angle? That is delta. So that is the dip angle. So this dip angle keeps on changing from each and every places, keeps on changing place to place on the earth. Now the remaining portion, that is the horizontal component of earth magnetism. Now you can see this is the directions of the magnetic field that can be denoted by B. And you can see this magnetic field direction, that is denoted by the magnetic needle, and it makes an angle, dip angle, that is delta. So if we resolve the magnetic field direction B into two parts, in delta direction, apart from the delta direction, it will be horizontal part and it is the vertical part. Then we can write from the figure, that is H is equal to the horizontal component of the magnetic field, that is H is equal to B cos delta. At the same time, we can write the component of magnetic field in the vertical direction, that is B sin delta. So if we square the first one and second one, then we add, then h square plus v square is equal to b square cos square delta plus sin square delta, then it will be b square. So b square is equal to h square plus v square. So this is a relation. Again one relation will be, if we divide 2 by 1, then we get b sin delta by b cos delta is equal to v by h. So b sin delta by cos delta, it will be tan delta. So tan delta is equal to v by h. If you know the value of delta and one component it is known to you, that is v, then other component h you can find out. So that is the relation in between delta vh, delta vhb. So these are the relations. So after getting theta, delta, h, v, ultimately v, you can find out, you can tell about the magnetic field strength, the magnetic field magnitude and direction completely at any place on the earth. That is the significance of magnetic element. Now there is a numerical problem. Now the numerical problem, the vertical component of earth's magnetic field at a place is √3 times the horizontal component. Find the angle of dip at this place. So answer will be, vertical component is √3 times of horizontal component, and angle of dip, there is a formula relates v, h and delta. So tan delta is equal to v by h. So v by h, from here v by h is equal to √3. So tan delta is equal to √3. So tan delta is equal to √3, value of √3, tan 60's value, tan 60. So delta is equal to 60 degree. So what is the angle of dip? That is 60 degree. Second question, at a certain place the horizontal component of earth magnetic field is 0.28 Gauss. So answer will be h is equal to 0.28 Gauss, and Gauss is a CGS unit of magnetic field, and its vertical component is 0. Vertical component v is equal to 0.40 Gauss. Now find the angle of dip. Angle of dip is equal to tan delta is equal to v by h. So v is equal to 0.40 by 0.28. It comes out as 1.43. Now second question's answer, Earth's total magnetic field, that is B, is equal to √v square plus h square, that is v is equal to 0.40 square plus h is equal to 0.28 square under root, and it will be comes out as 0.49 Gauss. Thank you for watching my video. If you like the video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe my channel for next upcoming videos. Thank you.